Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for a spooky Halloween edition of DadSEWS. We are sewing little costumes for my little girls. All right, let's get started.
DadSEWS! 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 This is how it goes with DadSEWS!
All right, now I saw a tutorial recently online that had something very similar to this. I got the idea of the wings/petals from their tutorial, and because it was so awesome, I made sure to link it below. I did do some things differently though. They attached it to a circle skirt. I am going to do a circle skirt tutorial. Woo, say that 3 times fast. But I'm not ready to do that, and plus, I thought it might be chilly this Halloween for my little girls. My girls are 9 and 2, and sometimes in my area it gets just a little nippy outside, and I wanted them to have the option of wearing pants and not piling a skirt on top of that. So we're just making basically a wing/petal belt. All right, and we're gonna do that with this nice thick elastic. And I have already pre-measured this from my daughter. There we go. And this is for my 2-year-old daughter. Now this is super stretchy. You see that, so she can grow with this. But the most important thing about elastic is that you need to remember to stretch it when you sew. Now, as you see here, I have these red and white polka dot fabric pieces for kind of a ladybug kind of feel. And then over here, I have kind of a monarch butterfly wing, and I've cut each of my pieces out, and then each of the spots, the black spots, are freehand. I just freehanded the design on my favorite thing to draw patterns on, butcher paper or painter's paper. You can buy it in big, gigantic brown rolls at Lowe's, very cheap. And you know, if you've watched my videos, that's what I prefer to transfer my patterns on, so I keep my patterns pristine and untouched. And that way, if they get messed up, it's fine. I can reuse my original patterns. And it's easy to roll up and store, but if you're smart, you don't roll up your patterns, you store it in a pattern storage system like the one I showed you on DadSEWS. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to link it at the end of this video. Thousands of people have agreed. It's a really great idea, and thanks for watching. All right, so like I said, I freehanded the fabric. I did cut this out on the fold. Now, what does that mean, newbies? It means I cut the pattern out on the folded fabric so that it comes out in 2 pieces. It's easy to sew together. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn this inside out, thusly, and I'm gonna sew around the edge, and then we're gonna leave a little hole so we can turn it out. That means flip it inside out, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do about these spots, okay? So let's move over to the sewing machine. I have taken black thread and put it on the top of my machine, and orange thread in the bobbin because I thought, hey, why not? And that way, if I do something like a zigzag, maybe I'll get an interesting color stitch there, a little mix of black and orange. I like that idea. Now, I'm going to go just about 1 inch or 2 below the fold and start sewing. That way I have a hole to turn it out, or turn it inside out, okay? And you just wanna do a quick stitch around here. It's nothing fancy, although because it's for my daughters, I am gonna do a zigzag stitch because they're brutal on clothes. All right, remember, once you start, you need to back stitch. You might be able to do that with a button on your machine. You might be able to do it with your pedal like I can on this awesome Juki machine, but I just used the button for your sake. And then you just kind of sew along the edge. There's really no need to even zoom in on this for you because I'm just following the edge with my foot, spinning when I get to the curves. I'm not worrying too much about this. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It's a nighttime outfit / belt for my daughter while she's stuffing candy in her face. Now we're gonna be doing multiple Halloween themed episodes over the next few weeks, and you're not gonna wanna miss the one where I make something awesome out of candy corn. That's your only hint. I'm making something awesome out of candy corn. All right, so I'm almost done. And when we get to the end, we're just gonna turn it out with the hole that we made, okay? All right, and there we go. And then don't forget to backstitch. Kids are brutal. I get to hit this cool button and cut my thread. Now here's the awesome thing about the Juki is not only does the pedal, can you make it so when you click your heel back, you can backstitch, you can also make it so it cuts your thread, which I find really cool. Now this is made out of felt. I made all of these spots out of felt because felt doesn't fray like fabric does, and it just looks really cool and flat black on this fabric. So I went ahead and made these out of felt, and I'm gonna put them wherever I want. I don't even know where the other one went. There it is. All right, and we're just gonna follow it around with our machine, okay? So just slide it under there. I drop my foot. Now I am gonna go back to a straight stitch here because I want it to be kind of close to the edge. I don't really need these other ones on there, but I'm just gonna leave them on. Let's see what happens. And just go nice and slow. And if you can't slow down your machine, you can kind of slow down with your pedal. I am lucky enough I can kind of go to, it's got a picture of a tortoise here. So I have a tortoise and a hare. And that way it keeps me from going hog wild with my machine. Another feature I like about this Juki is that when you step on the machine at the very beginning, it builds up speed. It will not allow you to just go full bore as soon as you touch the machine, the foot. And let me tell you, that is very, very helpful. All right, if you get to a pointy corner, just lift your foot, spin it around on your needle, then drop your foot back down and just continue to sew, okay? All right, look at that. That is beautiful. And it's gonna look super cool while my daughter is out looking for candy. Cut that errant thread away, and there we go. All right, now I'm just gonna sew all of these on. I have, let's see, 9 petals, and then I will be back to show you how we put the band around and bring it all together. All right, well, before you can finish, you're gonna need to sew your loop with your elastic. I measured this around my daughter Alexi so that there was just a little bit of overlap, and we're gonna sew that now, and I'm gonna do it with a zigzag stitch. All right, this just assures that it's not going to break, and that is the most important part, okay? And you can see my orange stitching there on the back. All right, once you have your loop made, we're gonna start putting on our petals / wings. They could be petals because you could be making a flower. And I'm just gonna find the middle, which I've already sewn together, and then I'm gonna pin the middle of my wing, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and fold it right over, and then I'm going to put a pin right in the middle, all right? Just like so. All right, and then you're gonna find the other middle by flipping it around and do the same thing and keep going all the way around. And I'm going to stagger with my tall wings and my short wings. And that way, when she spins around, it kind of flutters. I think that's gonna be nice and pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew one on now so you can see how you have to stretch the fabric. But pretty much you wanna just pin in the middle, and then as you're sewing, you're gonna wanna pull this elastic a little bit as you sew. Now, this can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. You kind of have to hold on with both hands, and then you have to pull on the elastic as you sew. All right, well, I'm gonna keep adding more wings and slightly tugging the elastic as I go. As you see, it's just something you have to get a feel for. And this is a nice, easy, and cheap project to practice it on. And if you're wondering where I got this awesome orange and black polka dot fabric or the red polka dot fabric for the ladybug costume wings, well, it's from my awesome sponsor, Fabrichut.com. Fabrichut.com has the best selection of fabric, most importantly, for the best price. And as always, they provide these beautiful Juki QVP machines to DadSEWS so that we can show you how awesome they are. If you'd like a really good deal on a Juki, or you want to find a really great selection of fabric, just go to Fabrichut.com and put in the code DS1 at checkout, and it's going to give you a big DadSEWS discount. That's right, you could have a beautiful Juki QVP machine just like I do for a really phenomenally great price. All right, I'm going to continue to sew these on. I'm going to stretch as I go, and I'm getting ready to show you some awesome video of my daughters doing some twirls in their awesome winged costumes. Happy Halloween. Be sure to come back next week. I'm going to have an awesome candy corn tutorial. It's going to be fun and full of candy. See you soon. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I hope you liked that video. Be sure to click right here to subscribe and you'll be instantly entered to win a free sewing machine. How cool is that? And click right here for another great video. Hey, it may be better than this one. Go on, I'll wait. Seriously, I have all day.